felt like your heart is racing before you step on stage? Your palms are sweating, your mind is going blank? You are not alone. I'm Dr. Maja Jankowska. I'm a clinical psychologist specializing in anxiety, trauma, and performance issues. And I work a lot with professional musicians, singers, actors, and other highly achieving and highly creative people. Today, I'm sharing free evidence-based insights about performance anxiety. And I really hope that will change how you understand and manage what's happening in your body and your mind. So number one, anxiety is a normal protective response. It's not a flaw. It isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. You know that, because everyone is experiencing it. It's your nervous system doing exactly what it evolved to do, protect you from perceived threat. And when you step on stage, actually there are a lot of signals to your brain, going to your brain, indicating that you are in a situation of threat. Okay? High stakes, social evaluation or judgment, potential for mistakes, for failures, a lot of stimuli, lights, sounds, audience, a lot of potential for interruptions as well. So, from an evolutionary psychology perspective, social rejection, for instance, could mean being cast out of your tribe. So that's why your body activates this anxiety response, which is usually fight, flight, freeze. There are a few other ones. Okay, so this means heart racing, rapid breathing, right? Muscle tension, tensing up, tunnel vision, mental fog, being unable to focus or concentrate. And these aren't failures, they are physiological responses designed to keep you safe. The problem, obviously, they are not very helpful for nuanced creative performance world that you live in today in the modern era. So here is what's crucial. You cannot think your way out of your nervous system response. No amount of positive thinking or just relax, everything is good, will override that threat response. If the response is already activated, it's too late. So you need somatic, body-based strategies to signal safety to your nervous system first before you step on stage. Only then you can start bringing your thinking, your logical brain back online. So the takeaway here is stop fighting the anxiety. Start understanding it is a protective system and learn to work with your nervous system, not against it. Number two, I'm going to talk about a very old psychological law called the Yerkes-Dodson curve. Okay, so a little anxiety actually we know improves performance. Too little and you're under-energized, unfocused, flat, maybe even bored. Okay, too much of anxiety and you are overwhelmed, stressed, not being able to really regulate yourself, or you go into a freeze response. So there is this sweet spot in between, and it is called Yerkes-Dodson Law. It was established a century ago and validated many times since. So the optimal performance happens at moderate arousal. You need some adrenaline, some activation, because it sharpens your focus, it increases the energy, it heightens your senses. It tells you that you care about this performance, okay? So the thing is not to eliminate it, but just to use it in the right way. And that moderate level, that level that is optimal for you, will be different for different people. So we don't eliminate anxiety, we learn to regulate it. Okay, we develop a skill of noticing the arousal level, and then we need to use specific techniques to either bring ourselves up or bring yourselves down. So, for instance, in practice, this means using controlled breathing to down-regulate when the anxiety spikes too high, using movement or visualization to upregulate when you feel flat, reframing physiological activation as energy rather than fear. Okay, I'm excited, I'm ready, I've got this energy buzzing in me, rather than, oh, I'm so anxious, I don't know if I can cope with it. So the magic isn't in being anxiety-free, it's in developing your regulatory capacity to find the zone that is optimal to you and stay in there, okay? This is a learnable skill, which is really good news, okay? And there is decades of neuroscience research, especially in the area of sports and performance psychology, that we can draw on. So ask yourself, where are you on that curve before you perform? And what tools do you have to adjust, right? Do I need to downgrade or upgrade? And remember, you can choose the right strategies for yourself. Third, if your performance anxiety feels like it's too much, overwhelming, disproportionate, more than other people are suffering from or with, if it's getting worse over the time, there actually might be an unresolved trauma underneath. So many performers I work with have histories of harsh criticism from teachers or directors, public humiliation or failure experiences, perfectionism that can be rooted in childhood experiences, like, for instance, emotional neglect, and attachment wounds that make being seen feel unsafe. When trauma is present, your nervous system has a much lower threshold for threat. What feels like just performance anxiety might actually be a trauma response. Your body might be remembering past experiences where you were judged, evaluated, or maybe something that led to pain. This is incredibly common in my experience in the performing arts world, where vulnerability, high standards, and this kind of early exposure to criticism can be seen as a norm. And there is the hopeful part here. Actually, trauma responses are very treatable. Unlike, for instance, chronic depression, trauma can be treated quickly and efficiently. And that's why one of the reasons why I love working with trauma. So approaches like EMDR, trauma-focused CBT, somatic therapies, IFS, brain spotting, they all can help calm your nervous system and relearn safety. If you've tried all the performance anxiety tips and nothing sticks, or if your anxiety is impacting your career and joy, maybe even to the point when you want to leave your career, please don't suffer alone. This is not about being weak or not cut out for this. It's about your brilliant protective nervous system needing support to process old experiences so you can show up fully in the present. Okay, so just to sum up today, so there are 3 things to remember. Anxiety is protective. It's not a flaw. Work with your nervous system, not against it. Number 2, optimal performance needs some arousal. Learn to regulate, not eliminate it. 3, if it feels really overwhelming, trauma may be underneath, and it's treatable. You deserve to perform with freedom, with presence and joy. And I applaud you for the job that you do, because it's really hard, and yet it's also so needed in our world. So you bring the beauty and artistry to the world, and I'm here to support you. So understanding the psychology behind the anxiety is the first step, okay? I'm Dr. Maja Jankowska, and I specialize in helping professional performance navigating anxiety, trauma, and the unique psychological demands of stage life. If this resonated, follow for more evidence-based insights. Sign up to my channel. I'll be posting much more. And I want to leave you with a question. What's one thing you will try before your next performance? Let me know in the comments. Until next time.